Editing Gervvy here. I just really want to say thank you guys for 91 subscribers. I am working on the Mahoraga Moveset. I'm just trying to think of what moves to put next. Thank you. Now, when it comes to Naoya's passive, he kind of has two, maybe three of them. I'm not really sure how to explain. But basically, he can dash twice, which is really good for mobility and trying to fake out your enemy. And as you guys can see, I can't do a down slam or an uppercut. I can only do 4M1s, which goes into his passive, which basically on his second passive, which on the 4th M1, he gains like 1/3 of a frame bar. It does go down if you're not attacking the opponent in a while, but basically if you fill this up all the way, like after a couple of full M1s, or like 2 of the moves actually fill it up as well, but they basically get stuck in a frame. They can move around, but they can't really do anything. So it's kind of really good for like combo extending. And as you can see, the special here is what was it called? I think it was like projection sorcery or something. Basically, if you're aiming down, you'll move much shorter, but if you're aiming at something further away, like the wall I am, you'll definitely be able to teleport a lot. Oh my. Okay, so like I said, you guys can just spam it a lot in private servers because it does have a long cooldown, but you can basically flash stuff. Like, look at this skill, bro. All this, look at you. All right, so the first move, projection breaker. You back away and then kick the enemy. It's pretty simple, but if you do this regularly, it does feel like 2/3 of the projection bar. Now, you can't do it after an M1 string, or else you just freeze like that. But you can bypass block by like turning your camera around when you back away and then turning it back forward. It's hard to explain, but the finisher, big launch, actually is pretty cool. And it's going to be your go-to combo. Now, the second move, bleed out. A simple stab, nothing too big. But the passive really comes in when you do it a second time, so... Now, as you can see, it makes them continuously bleed, but it's nothing too big. It's really when you look at the dummy and notice how much it makes them bleed. Just watch. Now, one thing I did forget to mention is that you can use your moves either before or after your specials. And a small tech that I noticed with the bleed out is that you can turn your camera around like after when the blade is like about to be pulled out, so you like pop up behind them. It's kind of pretty good. Trust me when I say this is gonna be like super useful for combos later. Now the third move, decisive strike. You dash at your opponent, you need a target, and then you do a few punches. You know, if it does fill up the bar, and it can frame them if it's filled up. Your opponent can block it, but you can go past it by going around them. But just to be careful, your opponent can also move around. So like try to like jiggle your mouse a bit to like try and make it unpredictable. And we just very quickly go out of the way and talk about this man's finisher. I have never seen a move with such aura in my entire time playing JJS, bro. TZ was on something when he was making this animations, bro. Cause like the amount of times I use this one animation in my moves is actually crazy because of how good it is. It just fits so much of his animations. Now the last move, cursory impact, you know, just a regular, you think it's a dodge move? Ah, no. You can move while you're invisible, so you can create like a little aura farming moment where you're like turned around and then move while your character is like invisible, so that way when you appear next to the opponent, it looks like you were already like turned around. This big aura farm. Also, if your opponent is framed up and you do the move, you actually knock them in the air and throw them on the ground, which is a different variant, which is actually kind of cool in my opinion. Now there is a small combo that I did come up with, but it's kind of difficult to do, but I'll just show it. I'll just stop talking and just show it. Now that is going to be it for this video. It's going to be pretty short, but thank you guys for watching. I just want to say another thank you for my 91 subscribers. I have been drawing more in my sketchbook, but I don't know if you guys want me to post in the community. I could just say the word. That is going to be it for this video, so make sure to like, and I'll see you next time.